One of your duties as an equipment operator is to perform a pre-operational inspection before placing a piece of equipment into service at the beginning of a shift. You may have certain equipment assigned to you to inspect on a daily basis, or you may have the responsibility to help inspect every piece of equipment in the yard. You're required to inspect your truck and any of its accessories you'll use that day, such as a crash cushion or a crane, at the beginning of a shift under regulations in both departmental policy and the Federal Motor Carrier Act. This video covers techniques and practices you'll use when performing pre-operational inspections on standard and tandem trucks. It's designed to be used with the training courses offered by the Maintenance Training Academy. We'll be working with a Ford Standard and an International Tandem today. What should you do if you work with another type of truck? You'll still be able to use the basic techniques covered here. Use the manufacturer's manual as a guide to help you learn the details of checking your particular truck. The manual will illustrate the location of key items to check and outline all crucial maintenance tasks. As always, ask your supervisor for help if you have any questions. You should be able to perform pre-operational inspections correctly and more efficiently, as well as being able to perform them according to VDOT standards and federal regulations after successfully completing this training and practicing the techniques you'll learn on a regular basis. This video will help you become familiar with the expectations VDOT has for you when you inspect a truck. Carnell Harper from McKinney Area Headquarters, Lisa Williams from Newington Area Headquarters, Brian Fetters from the Fredericksburg District Office, and Sharon Morgan from Eskimo Hill Area Headquarters will be your guides. Why is it important to perform the inspections efficiently and correctly? Tight budgets mean that equipment must be used longer before it's replaced. Also, a smaller workforce means you have to work smarter since you have more duties to perform. Equipment that's not well maintained is a liability to us all. You can be billed for unreported equipment damage or equipment damage determined to be avoidable under VDOT policy. You can also be held responsible for equipment damage caused by someone else or an injury caused by defective equipment if it's your duty to inspect the equipment and you don't. You will be held responsible if an accident occurs due to your negligence. What's negligence? Basically, actions or lack of actions that show an utter disregard for or neglect of another's safety. You may be held negligent if you knowingly allow a defective truck to be placed into operation, for example. Bottom line, VDOT will not cover your liability if you've been found negligent in a court of law, and there are no limits to the amount for which you can be sued. So it's in your best interest, and the interest of your coworkers, VDOT, and the public, to do the best and most thorough check possible. Don't forget that you are the most important safety feature on the truck. Use your senses and your training to help you monitor the conditions in the work area. Stop operations when you believe that you would place yourself, your coworkers, the public, or the equipment in danger if you continued working. Ask your supervisor for guidance if you're uncertain about any situation. The truck is one of the most used pieces of equipment in the asset management division. It's up to you and your coworkers to maintain the truck so it's always ready to go, safely. Let's get ready to perform the checks by making sure you have the right equipment and tools for the task and that the truck is properly placed and secured. Safety guides all of our actions at VDOT. Protect yourself by wearing the following pieces of safety equipment during the check: hard hat, reflective vest, steel-toed work boots, work gloves, safety goggles or glasses with lenses made of safety glass. You'll also use rubber gloves to protect your hands if you must clean or service the battery. Get the checklist for the particular truck you'll be checking. The checklist and associated forms are found in the truck logbook. Use the checklist as a general guide and a starting point for the process. The logbook also contains aids that will help you check the truck. The forms in the logbook are designed to protect you, the equipment, and VDOT. Completing the forms according to official procedure documents that you performed the required check on the indicated day. The logbook is also designed to help you verify that requested maintenance work is performed. Don't place the truck back into service until you receive signatures from the shop and the go-ahead from your supervisor. Inspection forms are to be maintained in the truck's logbook for 90 days. Your supervisor must conduct a monthly review and sign-off of the forms in the logbook. If you have any questions, ask your supervisor for a copy of Equipment Policy 5.00, which outlines policies for handling, storing, and maintaining completed checklists. Notify your supervisor if you see an out-of-service tag on the truck. This tag means this truck is unavailable for use until the reported problem is solved. You should have the following items handy before starting: a broom to help in cleaning debris off of and out of the truck, a grease gun and rags for lubrication, a flathead screwdriver for gaining access to parts, an air pressure gauge for checking tire pressure, a piece of cardboard for checking for leaks in the hydraulic system, glass cleaner and rags or towels for use in cleaning mirrors and windows. You should also have access to fluids such as engine oil, distilled water, hydraulic oil, coolant, diesel fuel, and windshield cleaning fluid. These are the tools you'll use most often when performing the pre-op check. You may find you need others as you proceed in the check. Make sure you have a PM buddy standing by to help with checks once you're in the cab. Make sure the truck is on level ground before starting your check. Move the truck if it's not on level ground. Make sure you are not in a high traffic area or blocking any points of access. Your area headquarters may have a special area set aside for pre-op checks. Ask your supervisor if you have any questions as to where the truck should be parked before starting. Shut down the truck using approved procedures if it's running. Let the truck cool down for at least 15 minutes before you perform fluid checks. Ideally, it's best to check the level of fluids like engine oil before the truck is started. Make sure the bed is down. Chock the truck's wheels. You must chock the wheels of any piece of equipment before performing preventive maintenance activities, service, repairs, or inspections that require getting on or beneath any part of the equipment or its accessories. Some things to remember while performing the pre-op inspection. Don't smoke. Equipment fluids could catch fire or explode, injuring you and damaging the equipment. Clean up all fluid spills immediately following your area headquarters policy. This action is required by the EPA as well as VDOT for safety and environmental reasons. Reduce the chance of fluid spills by having a bucket or pan available to catch fluids you drain or replace. Conduct your check in a logical manner. Choose a starting point and work around the truck from there. Bouncing around from part to part on the truck is a good way to forget things that need to be checked. Police the area after you've finished. The forms in the logbook are designed to protect you, the equipment, and VDOT. Completing the forms according to the new procedures documents that you performed the required check on the indicated day. The logbook is also designed to help you verify that requested maintenance work is performed. Don't place the truck back into service until you receive signatures from the shop and the go-ahead from your supervisor. The logbook is a valuable tool in the inspection and maintenance processes. The logbook must be securely stored in its assigned area when not in use. Pages and protector sheets stay in the logbook. The unprotected sheets will be filed. Here's what you'll find in a typical logbook. The first sheet is the page where supervisors and shop personnel sign off on their reviews of the book's contents. You'll see a table of contents next. The tabs will help you find the different forms. A list of required inspections and a guide to walk-around checks follows. The pre-operational checklist is next. The truck and its accessories are checked at the beginning of the shift when they'll be used. For example, let's say that a truck with a crane will be used in transport operations today. The crane will not be used. You'll check the truck. You are not required to check the crane. Note that each item on the list has been assigned a task number. You'll use the task number when reporting problems. Information in the inspection report documents that the check has been done. Record the date. Check either the yes or no box under the Deficiencies Found heading, and sign your name after the check is completed. You'll use Form B, the Pre-Operations Deficiency Report, to document repairs that you make. List the task number from the pre-operational list that describes the part that you checked and fixed, describe the deficiency and how it was repaired, sign your name under the Corrected By heading, and record the date. You'll also use this form to document when you add hydraulic fluid or power steering fluid, since low levels of these fluids typically indicate the presence of a leak that will need to be repaired. You'll use Form C, the Pre-Operations Out-of-Service Report, to document repairs the shop makes. You'll fill out a new form each time the truck is placed out of service. List the task number from the pre-operational list that describes the part that you checked and describe the deficiency. Sign and date the Removed from Service By section and give the logbook to your supervisor. Your supervisor and the shop will also need to complete parts of this report. For example, the truck will be placed in service Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. You check the truck on Monday and find no deficiencies. You will fill out the inspection report with the date, a check under No for no deficiencies found, and your name. You check the truck on Tuesday and find that you will need to add hydraulic fluid. You will fill out the inspection report with the date, a check under Yes because a deficiency was found, and fill out Form B.